Chased by a Bat by Dorothy Hanson. Sleeping and hiding. All day long, a moth dozes on a tree. The moth is sleeping and hiding at the same time. All moths have to hide from birds because the birds can eat them. A tree is a good place for a moth to hide. The gray and brown wings on a moth help it look like part of the tree. The moth flies out of the tree when the sun goes down. Most birds sleep at night, so the moth does not need to keep hiding from the birds. Bats and snakes at night. The moth still has to be careful. Bats also come out when the sun goes down. A bat can catch a moth in the air and eat it. But most moths are quick and can duck into a bush to hide from a bat. The moth joins other moths as they fly around a light. Then the moth hears a squeak. Look, it's a bat. The bat heads toward the moth, so the moth ducks into some grass to hide. Just then, a snake sees the moth and slithers towards it. Quickly, the moth flies away from the snake. The clicking sounds of the bat. Another moth flutters in the dark, and a bat chases it. The bat makes clicking sounds with its mouth. The sounds bounces off the moth and echoes back to the bat. The echo helps the bat find the moth in the darkness. The bat swoops at the moth, but the quick moth escapes just in time. The moth gets away because it also can hear the clicking sounds. The moth knows that the bat is chasing it. When the bat flutters close to the moth darts away. When the bat gets close again, the moth swoops away. At last, the bat gives up and chases after a different moth. Moths at night. Lots of moths are out at night. The bats chase after the moths, and the moths dodge the bats. Most bats are good at chasing, and most moths are good at dodging. But the bats need to eat. They try to catch and eat as many moths as they can. Here is one trick that moths can use to get away from bats. When a bat makes clicking sounds, the moth can make the same sounds. Then the bat does not know if the moth is a moth or another bat. Because the bat is confused, the moth can get away. Morning at last. Soon it is morning. The bats fly away to their homes to sleep. The moths go to sleep too. But when the sun goes down that evening, the moths will get chased by the bats all over again.